Hey buds, this is Muriel.
Bienvenidos a otro episodio de Cushy Crime.
And this is Cushion Crime.
Introduciendo a Sammy y Ozzy. Well, you know what this is already.
Cushion Crime. You're here. Welcome back to another episode of Cushion Crime. It's been a little bit, so we apologize.
Yes, it's been a long time.
Not too long, but it was supposed to come out Friday. It's coming out on Wednesday.
It's
Hello.
me.
It's all right. We're here.
Hello. It's me. I remember. That's all I know.
I thought you were singing like two different versions of like songs that have hello in it. And were you singing the Adele version?
Yes.
Okay. Because it could have also been hello. Is it me you're looking for?
No. Definitely Adele.
At first, that's what I thought, so I was a little confused.
It's me.
All right, so today, per usual, we're going to have a strain of the day. We're going to have a case. It's just us today, so back to normal.
For now. There will be others.
Eventually. So, yeah, Ozzy, you want to take it away with the strain of the day?
Oh, you mean take it away, Ivory Man? Today's strain of the day is brought to you by Strawberries and Cream.
Yum.
Coming from the exotic genetics of strawberries and cream, crossing a strawberry mother with a hybrid cookies and cream. F2 male. What the hell's F2 male?
You got me, I don't know.
That sounds like a cybernetic like strain. Strawberries and cream, cookies and cream, F2 male.
Huh.
That is such
We'll
a
have to
weird.
look into that.
Yeah, that's weird. But anyways, a balanced hybrid. This strain produces the strawberry flavors that will leave you asking for more. And yes, indeed.
Yes, definitely.
I definitely recommend this because we actually tried this out with our plug, and
then we immediately requested more.
Yeah, we just couldn't have more like less of it.
Yeah, we got a half ounce of it, and then immediately we were like, more please. We got
and our plug literally had to go and get more.
Sorry. Thank you.
It's really good. We highly recommend it, honestly. Like, it's really good. Even your cousin said the same thing.
Yeah, it's just good. It's strong.
So basically, thanks to the crossings of cookies and cream genetics, lime green buds are dense and deciduous with hints of purple, which is actually true.
Yeah, the nug itself is like really pretty. Like, it's pretty green, but
we'll post a picture on Instagram.
Yeah, it's pretty green, and it has like some purple and stuff too. But yeah, we'll definitely post it.
8% of the people says it helps with depression, and 8% of the people helps with pain. 8% of the people say it helps with stress, which is all accurate in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
It's really good. We highly recommend it, honestly.
Yeah, we highly.
So if you have a plug, say, hey, got some strawberry and cream?
Yeah, but you have to have that plug. Like, you know that plug that you have, and he's like a dispensary, and you go there, and he's got like, he's got like 15 different weed strains.
Yeah, he pulls
out
a
fucking
suitcase.
Bucket. Yeah, I mean, or, if you're in an illegal state, you just go to do a dispensary. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, pull like a freaking suitcase, almost like in Euphoria.
Yeah. Pull out a suitcase. Well, I've been to somebody that had like buckets.
Oh, I've never been
I was like, oh, damn, it's a lot of weed. You could take a bath in it.
I'd never been like that.
Yeah, it was nice. But yeah, so our plug is like, he has a whole bunch of different stuff. He has a variety.
Oh, yeah.
Do you like edibles and stuff too?
I don't know why. I guess I always find the good ones.
Yeah, I don't understand because you don't.
Gary's. You're
not the smoker here.
Gary's are in top notch.
Yeah, but Gary, we love you. You have a great.
Oh yeah, we miss you, bro. We miss you.
You have great stuff.
Not only your weed, but I just truly miss you.
Yes, that too. However, you don't have much variety, but it's not a bad thing. It's not like your stuff is bad. It's just not a variety.
Like, I'm sure he could. He just needs to branch out, maybe.
Gary, what are you doing? Business plan? Cushion Crime? Cushion Co? I think that's actually a real thing. Kush Gang? We'll talk about it.
We'll see what happens. But
Gary,
our plug is basically like Sam said, a dispensary.
Yeah, he's dope.
And I just found them just through a coworker.
Yeah, your coworker. She's dope.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I don't know how I get lucky in picking these guys.
Yeah, I don't either.
And I'm not the smoker.
I don't understand. I've known a couple people that have
just like the Cougars wants me.
I was taking a sip, or else I would have just yelled immediately.
It's I don't know. It's just a strange thing. It's like I'm just myself.
The old ladies love Ozzy.
I'm just myself, and that I guess that attracts people. That's like me asking you, what attracted you to me?
I'm 87.
Well, I mean, spiritually, but
yeah, spiritually, not really.
Not really,
Let's make that very clear. I'm not 87.
Yes, I'm dating an old girl.
You mean married to an 87-year-old? That's Muriel.
But like it's just like what attracted you to me about me.
What?
What attracted you about me?
What is this, a dating podcast all of a
sudden? No, because I don't know what it is. Like I really like even dude, even Sam said. I am Sam. Nick and Carl said, "Yeah, I don't know. He just does weird shit and it works all the time."
Yeah, you're just yourself, I guess. Yeah.
So I love you all.
That was a really weird tangent. Okay.
Sorry, I'm just stoned right now.
We're bringing it back. So yeah, strawberry creams is really good. Obviously.
Yes.
So our first order of business is, please tell me that you all went and listened to Team Shrimp, which I know you didn't.
Oh, you guys better, because we're about to download and upload, the second episode.
Yeah, second episode is about to come out.
We just talk about random shit, really.
Well, by the time you guys get this episode, the second episode will be out.
Oh, yeah. This will be the second episode.
You can listen to that. And then there's the first episode, which I'm on.
Yeah, Sam joined us at Team Shrimp, and we just basically talked about random nerdy stuff, really.
Yeah.
On the second episode, we mostly focus on technology and the metaverse coming up, which I'm not prepared for, but whatever. We talk about that a little bit on there. And then on the third episode, we're going to talk about psychedelics.
Totally radical, man.
Oh yeah, rock on.
All right. Well, is there any other business to attend to?
Check out my movie review on.
You always forget.
I always forget because it's always no. I'm talking about the movie title on. Rurushin Kenshin, which is on Netflix. I also branch out with my good friend LB Martin here. Marvin. I always get those mixed up. And we write movie reviews and show reviews. So we actually give the truth of our opinion, not like the watered down version.
And it's www.review/rabbit.net.
Yep.
Okay.
Like, for example, I'm about to start reviewing the new Texas Chainsaw on Netflix.
Yeah, which sucked. But it was horrible. Can see Ozzy's review for more details.
Oh, yeah. It was horrible. Yeah. And I'm going in.
Yeah. He slept the whole time. That's how bad it was.
What?
I said you slept the whole time. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, because, it was just kill, no story, kill. It's like, what about the story? I gave a better broadcasting about the Texas Chainsaw. Come on.
Coming to you live
from
Harlow.
This is
Texas.
This is Kanisha Nakamawa, whatever her name is.
Trisha Nakawawa. I don't remember how you say last name. All right. Any other business? I think we're good.
No, I think we're all pretty much caught up. We've just been working like always.
Yeah.
This whole pandemic is just overbearing because short-staffed. Mm-hmm. No supplies.
People are rude.
People are just crazier.
I'm over it.
I don't know. It's just, that's really it. But we promise you that we will try to keep up with everything as much as we can.
And we are so far.
Yeah, so far we are. I'm basically doing two things. I'm doing this right here and then our podcast with my boy on Team Shrimp. So it's a busy life. And on top of that, I'm trying to keep the training life too.
And also we're going to start a Twitch channel soon.
Oh, yes. If you guys into video games.
Well, we started the channel. We just haven't posted anything yet.
We will post a lot.
Because we're nerds here. So we game and smoke as well. So you can see that. And we're Cushion Crime on Twitch as well. So you can follow us before we even have anything on there.
So if you'd like to join us online at Cushion Crime, especially on Overwatch.
Yeah, we've been playing that a lot lately.
Let us know. We will game.
All right. So before we get started here, I do want to say that over the last week and a half, we have gained a lot of listeners. And I just want to say welcome. That's right.
Welcome to the Kush Gang.
Yeah. And we want to say thank you for reaching out to us. Also, we love that. We love hearing you guys' feedback.
Yes.
We want to hear your stories. Mm-hmm. We want to hear things. We want case suggestions because right now I'm just kind of thinking of things. Oh, I did have an idea as I was driving home today. If eventually my goal is to do a case from every state.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, so far we have a couple Florida ones already. We have a Connecticut one. This one is going to be technically a 3-for-1 in California, which we have as well. New York and Texas.
Ooh, New York.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, so I just thought it would be cool.
I technically did one in Wisconsin.
Yeah, so we could do all 50 states. We're getting there. So, but that's also our goal for our listeners is we want listeners in all 50 states.
Yes, and thank you for the person that reached out to us recently on our Facebook page. We all love you. And I'm glad. I love you. I love you. And I'm glad you're listening and enjoying our content. Please reach out to all of us.
All of us? Both of us?
This is just me talking.
Okay.
But I truly mean it. Thank you for reaching out.
Yeah, we like that. That was cool.
I was at work. I was like, what?
Yeah. Oh, and also we are still toying with the idea of merch. So if you do like us and you would want a shirt, it would be something simple at first, just our logo. I have to get somebody to make it, but I think I know who can.
Even decals.
Yeah, and stickers. We're trying to do stickers as well. So if that's something that you want and you sign up, huh?
That's decals.
No, decals like go on your wall. Stickers are like stickers.
Okay.
They're different. So anyway, if you want decals, aka stickers, you can let us know too. And then if you sign up for our Patreon, we'll send you a sticker.
I will even support it in my next tournament.
Oh, our podcast?
Yep, our podcast.
Okay. All right. So now we're going to get started because that's a pretty long intro.
Let's go.
All right. So this is Robert Durst.
Durst.
Have you heard of him?
Nope. So, ladies and gentlemen, my view is not your view at home. What I see every day is her researching and watching these murder shows and also checking out books of murder at the library.
Yeah, they probably think I'm a psychopath.
You guys don't see this, but she actually goes balls deep in these cases.
Yeah.
So, I'm proud of you.
Thanks, babe. All right. So, anyway, he doesn't know Robert Durst per usual. He doesn't know any case. And I was watching it sneakily. So, there is...
Yeah, it's like I come home and she's watching this shit. Like,
yeah, and I have to turn it off because I don't want him to know what's going on. So, I watched the Jinx for this. This is on HBO. And then I also read a book by Jeannine Pirro, which is He Killed Them All. I didn't read the whole book. I just, took bits and pieces out of it. But anyway, Jeannine Pirro is a fucking badass bitch, and I aspire to be like her one day. We'll get into that why. Because she's bomb as fuck. And she's all that and a bag of chips. She's dope. Anyway, badass bitch. Anywho.
She just went gangster on me.
So this case was really, really big in the 90s and early 2000s because it involves a rich man, a missing woman, and multiple murders.
All right.
So are you ready?
Let's bring it on.
All right. And again, you can watch the Jinx if you want something a little bit more in depth. I'm not going to take everything that they did. They did a great job. This is just a different type of format.
I mean, you're entitled to your opinion.
Yeah. And I really liked it. I think it was a really good show. And I watched it a couple times, actually. So, Robert Durst was born on April 12th of 1943 in New York City to his father, Seymour.
New York.
So he's born to his father, Seymour, and Bernice, his mother, Bernice Durst. And they're rich, like rich. Like they own like the biggest real estate company in New York City. Rich.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Lots of money. Mansions, multiple homes, that type of stuff, okay? Housekeepers, that type of stuff. More recently, the company had built the Freedom Tower in New York after 9/11. So they're a big deal.
They're loaded.
Yeah. So Robert also had 3 siblings named Douglas, Wendy, and Thomas, but he was the oldest. In his young age, he had experienced something pretty traumatic. So one night when he was about 7 years old, he was in his room, and his father came in and asked him if he wanted to see his mother. So, of course, he's like, yeah. So when he's telling the story on the Jinx, he's kind of referring to his mom as mommy, which I track as like he definitely has some issues from this thing because he's still calling her mommy and he's old. Like he's older at this point.
Like mom issues?
Yeah, I think part of it. So he's like, mommy. Like when he's talking about it, he's still he's almost reverting back to him like when he's that age. Well,
I mean, I'd still call my mom like that, but that's a Spanish thing.
Yeah. Like I I don't know, when you're
just
older.
just like my dad, I would always say papi.
But if I'm talking to you about my mom, I'm not going to say mommy, you know?
Oh, I would just say my mom.
Right.
Okay, I see.
You see what I'm
I
saying?
see what you mean.
Yeah. So Seymour, his father, brings him out of his room and brings him to the window and looks and has him look out on the roof. And on the roof, he sees his mom standing out there in her nightgown. And his father says, "There's your mommy. Do you see your mommy?" And then he says, "Okay, go back to bed now." Then once he gets back into his room, all of a sudden, the house like starts erupting, like maids are screaming and stuff. And she had jumped off the roof and committed suicide.
What?
Yeah. So...
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and what's even more fucked up about that is his father didn't go out there and get her.
Wait, what?
Nobody went out there and got her. She just jumped.
Wait, he saw her do it, right?
Yeah, he literally brought his son out and said, look, there's your mom. Pointed her out to his son.
And they didn't clean her up? Like...
Well, nobody went out there to, like, get her off the roof.
Oh. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So, after that, police came.
Why wouldn't you want to say, hey, don't do it?
Yeah, like, go get your wife.
Yeah.
You know?
I'd be running up the stairs, bro.
Yeah. Or have any of the help do it.
Yeah.
Like, the fuck? So.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So, she ended up jumping, and in the news, it said that she had an accidental fall, but everybody knew in his family that she committed suicide.
Was that like a cover-up for him?
I don't know. That's just something I thought was interesting.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the husband that didn't say anything.
Yeah. He was like, oh, she just fell. It was an accidental fall.
But,
right.
I mean, I feel like they would know, though, because the impact from...
Well, I'm sure he paid them off to not care.
Okay. I forgot he's loaded. Okay.
He's fucking rich.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Because I was going to say, like, wouldn't the police department know the difference between an impact of concrete versus a fall through the stairs or some shit like that?
Well, she was still outside when they came, so they said that she fell off the roof, not
right,
jumped.
but I mean, there's a big impact if you're jumping off a balcony or shit.
Yeah, you would land
and
different.
and then versus the impact of a stairs, it's two different things.
Right.
But then, like you said, he probably paid him off, and I forgot that he was loaded.
Yeah, that's a very important thing to keep remembering here.
Okay.
So after her death, Bob started running away from his family, and he just like didn't want to be around them.
Well, I mean, I don't blame him.
Of course. So this was like a real turning part in his life, and his father was like completely absent when it came down to it. So when he should have been there, he never was, and it just sucks. And one thing is that his father and the rest of his family refused to talk about their emotions, did not talk about it at all, which is such a bad thing.
I mean, I do that.
Yeah, but when it comes down to like witnessing your mother's suicide, pretty much.
Well, that's different.
You have to, you have to talk about those things.
Like when my dad passed, I was a little girl.
It's expected.
Yeah. Shit, I still am.
It's expected. So, in any case, nobody in the family talks about anything at all. And again, this is something that you need to think of later. So,
I know that bottling emotions is bad, but it's like there's certain things you shouldn't keep bottled.
Right. Get help.
Like I do that too, and certain things I don't.
Yeah. It's no good. So
but
again,
everyone's different. I mean.
Yeah, that's true. So again, he's the oldest sibling, remember? But with his siblings, he didn't really get along with them. And in the Jinx, he says, oh yeah, I didn't get along with my brother Douglas from like the age of like 4 or 5 because he would steal my toys. So
stupidest reason ever.
Yeah, but like they would just always argue, right? So and that's also important for later. Just keep all these little things just in your pocket, okay?
In the pocket, you go.
All right. So when Bob graduated high school, he ended up going to UCLA. And then that's where he met a woman named Susan Berman. So Susan was Bob's best friend. Like,
oh, if it's Susan, that's a bad thing.
Well, in any case, they were just friends. They never had like a romantic relationship or anything like that, but they were best friends. They would tell each other pretty much everything. And Susan actually had an interesting history of her own. So it turns out she was an author and she was a journalist, and she typically wrote about organized crime.
Oh.
Because she was the daughter of a mobster.
Okay, she's definitely part of that shit.
Isn't that weird?
She's sketchy person right there.
Like bells are going off.
Ding, ding,
Red
ding,
flag,
ding, ding.
red flag. Okay. So Her father was David Berman. He was a mobster out in California, I think. And he ended up dying when he was pretty young from a surgery. And she only found out that she was the daughter of a mobster like later in life. And that's what kind of inspired her to write about her, like the organized crime and things like that in her life. So again, just hold on, pocket that.
Okay.
Pocket that.
Another,
hold on to that.
Another thing in the information box.
Table it. So again, super rich, Bob. So after he moved, like after UCLA, he bought a house in Vermont, and he also had a house in South Salem in New York. And he also had a place in Manhattan. So he had like all these 3 little places, right?
Must be
and
nice.
The house in South Salem was on a lake and had like a nice little
Must be freaking nice
dock.
to have money like that.
Right?
Well, I'm just going to buy a house here, buy a house there.
And there and here.
Buy an island.
Like,
damn, bro.
Yeah. So one day in 1971, pause. Let's just talk about how my brother goddamn disrespected us the other day. Because he was talking to us, and he was like, "Oh yeah, in the 1900s," referring to when me and Ozzy were born.
Oh yeah.
And I said, "Shut your fucking mouth."
I was like,
"That
what?
is so disrespectful." The 1900s. You make it sound like it's 1904.
They're just this generation.
In any case, screw you, Bubs. That wasn't nice. Anyway, so in 1971,
I felt so old.
Yeah, it made me feel real old. Bob went down from New York, or up. No. Yeah. Bob went down to New York from Vermont. That's right. Okay. Where he was living, and he met Kathy. So Kathy.
Who the fuck is Kathy?
Kathy.
Side chick?
No.
Side coochie?
Susan is his best friend. They're not together. So anyway.
How do you know this for a fact?
Whatever. Let me tell the story. Kathy and him were together. Susan and him were not. Susan and him were friends.
Sure.
Okay. So in 1971, Bob was living in Vermont, and he moved down. He went from Vermont down to New York to go visit the city, and also like his family's in the city, and that's where the corporation is and all that stuff. But he wasn't in the family business at this time. So when he went down there, he ended up meeting Kathleen McCormack, who goes by Kathy. And right away, she was like, "Oh, he's cute, you know."
Side chick.
No. And she fell head over heels for him.
Side chick.
She's not the side chick. There is no side chick here. That is not involved in anything. There's no side chick. There's a best friend, a wife.
That makes it even worse.
Well, just listen to the damn story, okay? Shh. We'll get there. In any case, she fell head over heels for Bob, and she was very vibrant, like she's very pretty. She loved people. She had a gorgeous smile, and she was very smart, and she really, really liked Bob, and he really, really liked her. So only after 2 dates, Bob asked her to move in with him up in Vermont.
Too fast.
And she said yes.
Too fast.
So in January of 72, she ended up moving up to Vermont with him. And by all accounts...
Jesus Christ.
By all accounts...
2 months and fucking go a different state.
Yep.
Damn. Good him, girl.
So by all accounts, they were super in love and very close. And in March of 72, he asked her to marry him. And again, she said yes. So only 2 months after she moved with him up to Vermont, they got married. And then they opened a health food store called All Good Things.
That's a bit fast.
Yes. And according to Bob, at this time, they were living the life. They were very happy. They were very much in love. All right. So after their marriage and after they opened up the food store, Bob and his father would still go to see his mother's grave once a year together. And one time he brought him there and said, "Listen, when I die, I'm going to be next to your mom, like in the ground. And when I'm there, I want to make sure that you're running the family business. And I want you to take care of it." So that's what he did. So he decided to sell All Good Things, his shop, his grocery store with Kathy, and ended up moving down to New York to please his father. And he started working in the family business, which he absolutely fucking hated. He did not like it. So he moved,
why even take over?
because that was what was expected of him, and it's a lot of fucking money. So at the same time, it's like, you know,
I would hire someone to do it.
Yeah, but it's a family business. Like all of the senior board was like all of the Durst family.
Still.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Mucho.
Yeah. So he moves back to New York with Kathy, and he ends up having to spend a lot more time with her family. And he fucking hates that. So he hates spending time with Kathy's family. And to his own admission, he hates people. So, like, I can understand hating people, but, you know, when I'm with your family, I make an effort because they're my family too. But he would not make an effort at all. Like, he would say, he's told the director of the Jinx that when Kathy's mom would like show him magazines, like he didn't give a fuck what was in them. Like he didn't care. He didn't want to try to be friends with them. He wasn't friends with them. He did not care. He did not like them.
That's weird.
Yeah. So there was one time that they left Kathy's house, and she Kathy's family's house, and she freaked out on him. She's like, why can't you just try and get along with them for 2 hours? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, that's just so fucked up. How dare you? Like, you don't even try. And he just blocked her out. Like, he didn't say anything to her.
Well, I mean, she does make a point. She's making an effort, and he's not.
Yeah, and like she's moving her life around for him.
Yeah, she just moved her whole life.
Again, and she just moved from New York, so I'm sure she doesn't mind, but it's like at the same time, you know, you could do the bare minimum here.
Right.
So after a little bit of time had gone on, there were a lot of signs of issues with the relationship with Kathy and Bob, and it was down to the point where her friends had noticed. And it was like to the point where she was saying like she couldn't do certain things, or like Bob would kill her, and which, you know, out of context, if you don't really know what's going on, I could see why as a friend you wouldn't really think that far like into it, like would he actually kill her? But as Kathy was saying it, I think that she was genuinely like he was controlling her. She couldn't do anything without him knowing.
Almost like he's the dominant.
Right, and he was just controlling her every move.
Right.
And it was down to the point too, if she were to go anywhere,
like the jealous shit, like the jealous crazy shit.
Yeah, she had to call him wherever she went and said, "Hey, this is who I'm with. This is where I am." Yeah, it's too much.
Hey, I'm gonna take a piss. What do you mean? Take a picture, taking piss.
Yeah, like he's just very, very controlling. And
I mean, they are relationships like that though.
Yeah, which are not good.
That's very toxic of you.
Yes.
And if you're in a relationship, get the fuck out of there.
I know it's hard, but you got to.
You have to.
And we'll get to why. But Kathy obviously didn't want to tell people that her life was like this. And so many people that are victims of domestic violence and abuse like this don't want to tell people because A, they think that you won't understand, or B, you'll it could end up hurting them in the long run if your abuser finds out that you told someone, you know.
It's almost like the abuser gets like extra rage or some shit. I don't know why.
It's just control. It's just a matter of control. It's they feel the need to have control, and when they don't have it, they throw a little bitch fit.
Yep.
Ooh.
Tell him, babe. Tell him why you're mad.
Fucking punch you bitches in the face if you dare come near any bitch like that. How about that? And if Robert Durst was around and I could punch him in the face, I fucking would.
You guys don't see the anger in her eyes.
Fucking would. Fuck this guy. Anyway, so, and when you are experiencing domestic violence, it kind of starts off with this. So you have the love bombing, them getting married right away, like they were so head over heels, they loved each other. Then that's when things start to change gradually over time. So it starts small, yelling, getting into like bad fights, and then it starts to get violent. So in 79, that's when it started to get violent, and he got drunk and slapped Kathy.
Oh, bitch slapped her.
And then things kept getting worse and worse and worse. There's one time he punched her, and she hurt her leg because she fell down.
Oh, yeah, it gets worse over time.
Yep, and they were constantly arguing, but she wouldn't leave him for the fear that if she had left, it would be worse, which is everybody's fear, and I completely get it. But what's worse, getting out, changing what you have to change about your life to get away, or losing your life?
That's true.
So it would continue this way until January of 1982, when things escalated into far worse. Kathy was admitted to the hospital at the beginning of January for facial injuries. Bob had beaten her, and she ended up admitted. And this, this kind of drove her past her point. I think she was very, done.
Yeah, he's a fucking bitch.
Yeah. And she had enough, and again, I understand that this is a reality for a lot of people. I've been through a very similar situation. Even Ozzy has been
Not
through
with
a
me.
similar situation. And
Oh yeah, it happens to guys too, and that's something that the world is not ready to have a conversation about because unfortunately I get the fact that it happens majority of the time to girls, but it also happens to guys. And that's
no one is excluded
no
from
one
that.
no one is excluded.
No.
Everyone goes through the same thing except different stuff.
Yeah.
But it's happened to me before I met Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just never talked about it, and the closest one that know me kind of know about it.
And again, there are resources available that I will include in the show notes because I think it's very important. And even if
Oh, it's
you
very
are a male,
importante.
yes, and even if you are a male, it doesn't matter that there's a stigma.
If it happens, if any guy listeners are listening to this and it happens to you, you are not a bitch.
No.
Because I felt like that in telling my friends, and you are not a bitch.
Yeah. And no one should ever have to feel like they aren't enough to their partner, should have to feel like they're being controlled, should have to feel anything like that. No one should ever have to live in fear of their life.
Everyone should just be fucking happy with each other.
And no one should ever have to wonder or worry if
Everyone
your partner
love
is
each
going to
other.
put hands on you.
Everyone love each other, damn it.
Yes. And again, I'm sorry if you're going through this right now, but we're here for you, and you can reach out to us at any time. We'll talk about it. We'll get you the resources. We'll help in any way that we can, which isn't much.
Love you,
but
guys.
we will help in any way that we can. So
we should be like superheroes.
Oh, like vigilante.
Yeah,
I want to be vigilante.
Vigilante and peacemaker.
And also, one more thing to add: if you don't know and you haven't realized yet that you're going through this, but part of you thinks that you are, and in that little voice in the back of your head, that bitch is right. Listen to her. Get out.
Or that man is right.
Yeah. No. And anyway, let's get back into it, okay?
Let's zig it right in, baby.
Let's get on. So let's talk about January 31st of 1982. Kathy's friend, Geraldine, who lives in Connecticut, actually.
Oh,
Hey,
shit.
Connecticut. Gets a phone call from Kathy and says, I don't
Hey,
wanna...
girl.
Hey. She says, hey. She said, hey. It's
Sup?
not a good phone call. She said, I don't want to be at home. I need to leave. Can I please come over? And Geraldine says, of fucking course you can. And like, she was having like a family party and Kathy wasn't invited, but she was like, doesn't matter. Like, come over. Like, if you need to come over, come over.
Yeah.
So she takes hers and Bob's Mercedes and drives it over to Geraldine's house. She doesn't tell Geraldine what's going on and why she needed to leave or why she was so upset. But Bob was calling Geraldine's house non-fucking stop, trying to get her to answer the phone. Yeah. And so she finally answers and talks to him. And then right after she gets off the phone, she goes outside and warms up the car, comes back in and tells Geraldine, hey, I'm about to leave. Can we just talk for a moment? And so they go outside and she said, I'm about to go home. And if something happens to me and you don't hear from me, look at Bob. I'm scared of him. And Geraldine said, of course.
Giving a warning right there.
You know that I got you. I will never blame a friend, but that right there, like, just keep her there. Don't let her go back.
That's a warning right there.
Yep. Kathy leaves and goes home to Bob. Now, what Bob says, what happens next, is that Kathy gets home with the Mercedes. They talk, they eat a sandwich, they end up arguing, and then he puts her on the train back to the city because she has class the next day. And then the doorman sees her outside of the apartment. This is his story. And he talks to the neighbor and calls her from a payphone and speaks to her in the apartment in Manhattan. And then goes back home. And apparently also Kathy had called out of her med school the next morning as well.
That's not suspect or anything.
Right. Again, table that, pocket that one, pocket that little piece again.
I don't know,
just put that one in your pocket, okay? So this is all according to Bob. So since she was allegedly last seen in Manhattan, the South Salem police say where he reported her missing 5 days later after she was missing, say pretty much, hey, nothing we could do here. This case is going to Manhattan.
All right. So
the case goes to Manhattan. And
just because it was close?
Because that's where she was last seen.
Okay.
There was air quotes there. Not that you guys can see that.
Okay.
So since she was allegedly last seen in Manhattan, the police in South Salem say, okay, that's where the case goes. And this is where the case just sits, because police don't find Kathy, and they don't really fucking look for her either. They don't check Robert's alibi. They don't talk to the neighbor. They don't check the payphone. They don't talk to the doorman. They didn't do anything. They just take Bob at his value, and
did they talk to the pool guy?
They did not talk to the pool
gardener
guy. They didn't talk to the gardener.
What the
they
fuck?
didn't have them at this house.
What about the waiter, the butler?
No. They didn't have that.
They all know some shit.
They didn't have that at this house. So basically, police's theory is she ran off with another man, and she was sick of her husband, and she didn't want anything to do with anymore, so she just took off.
I mean, I don't blame her.
Right. But everyone on Kathy's side of the family and Kathy's friends are like, no, the fuck she didn't, because we would have heard from her. We would have known. She would have told us.
Right.
And we would have heard from her at some point. You know, like, there's no way, like, and then they're telling them, like, listen, they just came here. Like, she was just here and saying, if something happens to me, look at Bob. And now she's missing. And you guys don't want to do anything. And just think she ran away.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be suspect.
Right. But this is when, like, so after she went missing, you know, they're looking at it, they're going through it, and again, the police are just saying, like, there's nothing we could do, and at this point, she's either dead or she ran off. Love the police work here.
That's like literally like no effort.
Literally.
It's like, yeah, I'm just gonna self-diagnose it and just say I'm gonna pick a straw, and you know, it's the spark plugs.
Yeah, that's it. But Kathy's family and friends never gave up on Kathy. They felt.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. They felt that because of Robert Durst's his bitch ass's wealth, that he was very well connected, and the police didn't think him as a suspect because, I think it's the rich white man that totally killed his wife, but whatever. So at this time, Kathy's family and friends start their own investigation, and they start digging through the trash in front of Bob's house, and they end up finding that he was throwing out Kathy's things. And they're like, okay, so if he's throwing out Kathy's things, he knows that she's never coming back.
Right, because you're actually making the space.
Right, like, you're getting rid of her shit.
Yeah.
And that just, like, didn't sit with them. And they knew, like, it just didn't sit right. It just sucks. But there was also a lot of media attention on this case because Robert, same person. Bob is very rich, right?
Right.
So naturally, rich man's wife goes missing. It's big news. And guess who was representing him in the media? Susan Berman.
Oh, wow.
So Susan was being his face, like, talking, like, if you have questions, you can ask me, don't ask him. This is what we know. This is that. This is this. So most, obviously, you would think that he told Susan everything.
Right.
But
things that he doesn't even tell his wife.
Right. So he probably called her right away and was like, listen, you know, she's missing, or whatever he said. There's no proof.
I mean, like, what do you expect? You know, it's like some of these killers don't have common sense.
Right. So, again, there was nothing that was ever charged to him for this. And the case just went cold.
They just dropped it?
They never investigated it.
Wow.
I know.
Fucked up.
So, in 1990, Bob actually ended up getting a divorce from Kathy due to spousal abandonment because Kathy, you know, never returned. And he also sold the house in South Salem that he had lived with.
That's some bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, this is where the case stood for a long time. Almost 20 years, actually. Until this badass bitch, Jeannine Pirro, had this case brought to her attention.
Who?
Jeannine Pirro, the badass bitch I was telling you about. She's a DA. She was a judge. She was a lawyer. She's smart as fuck. She did a lot of stuff for, like, domestic violence advocacy. Like, she's a badass bitch, okay?
So
this is what I was talking about.
So she's like your Iron Man.
She's dope. Like, I when I was younger, I would have aspired to be like her. I wanted to be a lawyer. I think that she's done a lot for women. She was the first female DA in the state of New York. Like, she did a lot. Wow. Yeah, she's dope. She's dope.
I love you.
If you're listening, we would love to have you on. That'd be nice. So anyway, she's a badass bitch. And she would always...
She's over here fangirling.
Yeah, just a little bit. She would, when it came to cases and stuff, which is why a lot of people, like the other DAs, hated her, she would go face the media. She was the face for the media. She would give the proper information. She would give the facts, and she would, like, get cases out there so she could get them solved. Love this woman. Sorry. Sorry.
Fangirling again.
So
if you guys see her eyes, she's like, oh my God.
So in any case, when she was the DA in New York in Westchester, an informant had come forward with information on a murder that he had heard of and a body being dumped in a lake in South Salem. So she started asking questions right away about the case. She's like, well, what case is it? Like, what are we talking about?
What the fuck you talking about, bro?
Yeah, what are we talking about? And she found out that it was Kathy Durst that's missing. So
no
she said,
fucking way.
Yeah, so she said right away she connected with this case. She was like, I wanted to, like, I was looking at it. There was nothing here. Like, the initial investigation was, like, basically nothing. And I connected with this case so well. I had seen it so much before, like, her working through domestic violence cases that, like, she just wanted to help. So when she reached out to Kathy's family, they were so happy. They're like, oh my God, like, nobody's ever really took interest in this case before. Like, thank you for coming to us. And then they gave her all the information that they had or they had found, like him throwing out her stuff and everything that they knew, and like her being scared of Bob and all of that stuff. So Jeannine was really like just trying to find something to get him on this murder. She basically knew that he fucking
trying
did
to find like a key point,
the smoking gun, if you will.
Gotcha.
So
smart cookie.
Yeah, so she ended up reinvestigating the doorman that saw her that night. Doorman never saw her. Never saw her coming in the building. All right, so that puts her on the train. Never got on the train. Okay, so that puts her back in South Salem. Last place with Bob. All right, so that means the last person to see her was Bob, and then he reported her missing 5 days later. Okay, so they went to the house that they had in South Salem. Unfortunately, it had been remodeled at this time. There's not much they could have found there, and it just was like they were just interviewing and doing what they could, and they were trying to keep it quiet because obviously they didn't want to scare Bob into thinking that they were investigating him.
They didn't want to go above the radar.
Right. So they were just trying to find as much information that they could find. And also, come to find out, police never talked to that doorman before.
Police never talked to the doorman?
No, they never talked to the doorman. They never talked to the neighbor. They never came to the neighborhood. They never did anything.
So they didn't do shit?
They just said, oh, she ran away.
What?
Yep,
Man,
took the statement from Robert Durst,
bullshit.
and that's it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the justice system is fucked sometimes.
Scary. But then there's women like Jeannine Pirro that are fucking rock stars and amazing, that want to see a change, that want to help, that want to do things. And then you have
that's some bullshit.
The police officers, like the ones that fucking took the initial statement, that don't do anything.
Yeah.
And just brush off friends and family of somebody who's missing. So in any case, they ended up actually searching the lake. They didn't find anything either. And when it came down to Kathy calling out of school, unfortunately, there was no way to tell if it was actually her. But the police started to think it wasn't her. So who could it have been?
Who the fuck was it? Dun, dun, dun.
That would be a good spot for an ad if we were sponsored by
anything. Yeah. Sponsored by Leafly.
I wish.
Brought to you by Team Shrimp.
Kush Gang Productions. TM. All right. So after they had searched and done everything that they could without getting any more information, Jeannine decided to make the case public, that they were reopening it and reinvestigating.
I'm opening my motherfucking mouth, bitch.
She's opening this fucking case the fuck up.
Gang, gang.
Okay. And that was in October of 2000. And when this happens...
Jesus, of course in 2000. Crazy shit happened in 2000s.
Oh, yeah. The style was
Jesus
crazy.
Jesus Christ. Crazy shit happened. I remember I was in high school. No, actually, no. Middle school. I'm sorry. I was going to... Oh,
I was like, you're old as fuck.
No, middle school.
Yeah. All right. So, at this time...
I do feel old, though.
Same. At this time, Bob freaks the fuck out.
Well, duh. I mean...
Yep. So, he feels that Jeannine Pirro is out to get him, which is interesting, because if you have nothing to hide, why wouldn't you just go talk to her?
Why the fuck you scared, bro?
Exactly. So, she pretty much says, we're reopening this case. We want to speak to Robert Durst. We want to speak to anybody that knows anything.
I want to talk to your manager.
Yeah. And so Robert ends up running away, and he moves to Galveston, Texas by November of that year.
Okay.
So within a month. And
Yeah, so you got nothing to hide, but yet you move a fucking cross country.
Literally.
Like, okay.
And when he gets there, he puts on a wig and poses as a mute old woman
My
named Dorothy
God.
Steiner.
Well, little bitch.
Yeah, and then he rents out an apartment as Dorothy Steiner. Okay?
But what is does he wear the wig 24/7 or
Only
some
when
shit?
he's outside, but then like I guess he would go in and out as himself also, and he said he was like her brother-in-law or something. As the investigation continues,
I'm over here trying to roll.
Police end up realizing, like, they get a tip like, hey, you should speak to Susan Berman. Like, she's best friends with Bob. She was representing him in the media. If anybody would have any information about Kathy, it would be Susan. So shortly after Bob had moved, he ended up marrying Deborah Charlton, and which Jeannine believed to be a marriage of convenience, which totally makes sense, because if anything happened to him, if he were to get arrested and he signed over everything over to Deborah, then she would have control over all of the money while he was in prison.
Right. I mean, someone would have to be in control of it.
Right, and he didn't trust any of his family and didn't like any of his family. Right. So she was the one that, and he signed a power of attorney.
Oh, wow. He actually did that?
Yeah, for her.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's some ballsy move, man.
Well, she signed. Well, yeah. So she was his
trusting
power
her
of attorney.
like that.
Yeah, but again, like they knew each other for a little while, so. And she trusted Bob for some reason, and she knew that she had her role to play. And after the marriage, they signed that power of attorney, and he gave her control over all assets in case something were to happen to him. So now let's get back over and talk about Susan. So again, police want to talk to her. And at this time, Susan is still living in California, but she's struggling and she's not really making money from her books. She's kind of fallen on hard times. And she's still writing about the mafia and organized crime, but financially she's just not doing well.
She's just financially struggling.
Right.
To survive.
Exactly. So on December 23rd of 2000, Susan Berman was found shot dead, execution style, in her home in Beverly Hills.
They shot that girl?
Yes, she was shot.
That's fucking nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Execution style. So that means basically in the back of the head. So they broke in her house probably.
Here, you want me to talk about the crime scene?
Oh, you're going to explain it too?
I can tell you about the crime scene.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll talk about the crime scene, then we'll talk about the theories that the police had. So her home showed no signs of forced entry, and the front door was locked. The back door was wide open. Her dogs were wandering around the neighborhood, and the door being open is what prompted neighbors to call the police. She was found in her room, dead on the floor, with one gunshot wound to the back of her head. There was nothing like noticeably missing from the home, so it didn't look like it was a robbery. Like it just looked like somebody was supposed to come in there, kill her, and then leave. So the initial thought that police had, because it was execution style, was that her attacker was part of the mafia, because that's what she wrote about, was like the organized crime.
Right.
So that was their first theory, and it was weird. But then that same day, or the next day when they found her on December 24th, Christmas Eve, they also received a letter in the mail that said Susan Berman's address in Beverly Hills, and it said cadaver in all caps. So the only other thing on the note is that it said Beverly. Beverly was spelled wrong. So Beverly is Beverly. It was spelled with an E after the L. Okay. So keep that in your pocket. just pocket that too.
How many more pockets?
You need cargo pants for this episode.
Apparently.
Okay? So
it's getting heavy, man.
Yeah. So at the time, police didn't really suspect Robert, because why would he?
Right.
You know, like, doesn't really have a motive. They just thought it was mafia. And Susan's own family didn't even suspect it was him, because they were friends. But it was just really weird that police were about to just speak with her about Kathy's disappearance and death, and then all of a sudden she winds up dead.
I mean, it is suspect.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah.
Like, I just seen you, and then 5 days later, like, you're dead.
Mm-hmm. But we'll circle back to that. So Bob is in Texas at this point when Susan dies. And he's living in Galveston, and again, he's living under Dorothy Steiner. And where he lives, it's like a duplex. So imagine our old apartment. Like when you would walk in, there's a hallway, and then there's like apartment on one side and apartment on the other side. Okay. But instead, they're like right next to each other. So it's not like a cross. It's just right next to each other, but there's a hallway and then the doors to the apartments.
Gotcha.
All right. So he had a neighbor on the other side, and his name was Morris Black. And Morris Black, when they talk about him, he was the crotchety old man that nobody fucking liked, and he would be the one to say, "Get off my lawn,"
The grouchy grandpa.
Like, he was so negative. Like, I guess he got into fights with neighbors and
He
stuff.
was Mr. Stinkmeaner from the Boondocks.
Yeah, like, he was just really just crotchety.
What's my name?
Yeah. So on September 30th, a teenager who is fishing in Galveston Bay finds a torso.
Ew.
No arms, no legs, no head.
Just a torso.
Just a torso.
Damn.
Police are called immediately.
That's gross.
Yeah. And I won't say it. I was like, if you watch the Jinx, just watch it.
Oh, they show it on there?
Yeah. They show some stuff. Police are called immediately, and they start to look in the area.
Let's watch it.
And they found several black bags as well as that torso. And in the bags, they had found body parts, the other body parts. They found the arms and the legs. And the only thing that was missing was the head.
Damn, they chopped them up.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. That's some mafia shit, though.
Yeah. Well, along with the body parts, there was also some pieces of trash. And one said an address of 2213 Avenue K. So immediately when they arrive to this place, they find blood inside. There was a trail coming from outside to inside. So they're like, okay, probable cause. We can go right in pretty much. And then when they go in the house, again, it's like a duplex, and they see that there was like noticeably blood wiped up on the floor, and then there was a trail of blood coming from one apartment to another.
Almost like
a body was dragged.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They go into apartment number 2, and they notice like the apartment is tidy. There's not really personal effects, but the floor had drop cloths on it, and they pulled them up, and they found some small cuts on the floor. So they're like, okay, they cut the tile up and they see blood. So they take samples of all this and they roll the body's fingerprints as well. And then they find out that this is Morris Black, and he had been dismembered in that apartment. Remember who lives in apartment 2 next to Morris Black?
Yeah.
That would be Dorothy Siner, a.k.a. Robert Durst.
Well, what do you know?
What would you know?
How the turntables.
So in the garbage can outside of the apartment, they find a receipt from Chalmers, and it's like a hardware store type thing. And they find a receipt for drop cloths, like the one they found in the apartment. They found a paring knife, and they also found a bow saw, which is what police had believed to
Not
be,
suspect or anything like
No.
the fuck?
to believe what had Morris had been dismembered by. And they also find a document.
Damn, like, I don't know what drives people that crazy to do that. Like, that's some crazy shit. To have the guts to dismember someone?
I'm glad we don't understand.
No, like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys?
Mm-hmm.
That's some crazy shit, man.
Yeah. So they also find a document for Robert Durst to pick up his prescription for his glasses. And they're like, who the fuck is this? This apartment is rented to Dorothy Siner and Morris Black. Who the fuck is Robert Durst? Police are like, bet. We'll find out. We're going to go to find out if he picked up these glasses. So they go to the store and they meet with the clerk, and she says, yeah, he was supposed to pick them up on Friday and he hasn't come in yet. So he's like, the police officer, he's like, okay, what are the chances of him coming back? But in any case, just in case he does, here's my card, and just page me or call me anytime. So then he leaves the store. So soon the detective, whose name is Cody Casalas.
The fuck?
Cody Casalas.
Cody Banks?
You think Cody Banks? No. Cody Casalas, by the way, he gets a page, and and again, this is the early 2000s, so we had pagers, not texting, okay? And it's from the clerk from the eyeglass place saying, and it says 911. So he races the fuck over there, and right as he's about to pull in, Robert Durst pulls out of the parking lot right in front of him. So he's like, fuck yeah, got this, bitch. They get him pulled over. And when police are walking up to the car, in the back windshield, guess what police see immediately? A motherfucking bow saw.
The murder weapon.
The dismemberment.
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. So they arrest his ass immediately. They're like, sir, you're being charged for fucking murder, my guy. And they tell him his bond is $250,000. So the detective tells him that, Cody, and Robert's like, well, what do I do? And Cody goes, well, do you have that kind of money? And then Robert goes, well, I don't have it on me. But yeah, he has that fucking kind of money.
Yeah.
He's fucking rich as shit.
Like, that's like nothing to me, bro.
Right. That's a fucking quarter.
Yeah, that's like not even a quarter. It's like freaking penny.
Yeah.
Or less than a penny.
It's ridiculous. So Robert calls his now wife, Deborah, and asks for the money. And she says, no problem, it'll be there in the morning. And he was out within 24 hours.
Jesus.
For just fucking killing and dismembering a man, he is now free. So, not good.
Justice system fail us again.
Well, they didn't know how rich he was. They didn't know who he was. So the next morning...
So he was basically like the Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Like,
if he was a vigilante and not a piece of shit.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, he's rich as fuck. So the next morning, the police from New York had finally contacted Texas police once they found out that he was arrested. And they're like, hey, this is who he is. He's rich as fuck, and he's most likely responsible for his wife's disappearance in New York in the 80s. And not good that you let him go. But whatever. So at this point, the arraignment is scheduled to be started, and Robert Durst was not there, but our badass Jeannine Pirro was there, and she was like, oh yeah, you would expect him to show up to his own arraignment, but no, he ran.
Right.
He ran away like a little bish, and when he was on the run, his brother ended up hiring private security. He thought he was going to end up getting killed, like he was scared of Robert.
Oh, he turned into a coward now.
Yeah, a little, but he was scared. He was scared he'd be next. And you know what? To be fair, he probably knows that his brother did kill Kathy, and is validly scared of him.
I mean,
and he just chopped up somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, especially if it's your family.
Like, yeah, I mean, that's pretty fair. And Robert also had felt and expressed that Douglas had edged him out of the family business because his family picked him over him. So
he was jealous, basically.
Yeah, and Robert ended up quitting.
Oh, they love him more than me.
Yeah. So Robert, this is when you said yesterday, and he shaved his head. Robert shaved his head.
Oh yeah, because I was playing video games and I just saw her watching that scene, and I'm just like, he just shaved his head.
And so I was like, I just typed that. So he ended up running, and he shaved his head, and he rented the car under Morris's Black's name and his license. But where did he go?
Nobody knows.
No, to fucking South Salem.
Oh damn.
To the place where he more than likely murdered his wife, and he was standing on the dock behind the cottage that they used to live in, and it was his birthday and also him and Kathy's wedding anniversary that day.
Jesus.
Yeah. So at that point, New York police had been looking to talk with him about Kathy's murder for about a year. But then the neighbor that lived at that house now saw him and then was like, he booked it. He was like, oh my God, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I don't blame him for that.
Yeah. So a couple days later, Robert Durst was at a Wegmans grocery store in Pennsylvania, and he ended up deciding to steal a sandwich, which got his ass arrested and caught. This motherfucker had over $38,000 in his car. And he stole a sandwich.
All that for a sandwich.
Right. Like, what are you doing? So the cops were called.
Please, sir, just a sandwich as a reward.
Yeah, the cops were called. They looked at the car. It was rented under Morris Black. They found his ID. They found that money. They found 2 loaded guns.
That's like a waste of time.
Yeah. And they also found a bag of weed.
Oh, God forbid.
No, that's not the worst thing.
Oh, not the weed.
Not the weed.
Not the weed.
The worst thing is that the weed now got thrown out.
Okay, that is sad.
So why would he steal a sandwich if he had a shit ton of money?
Seriously.
Why would you?
He could have that shit delivered from Paris.
Right. So they just decided that police thought that it was like he wanted to get caught. And when he was interviewed by police, they proceeded with the charge against him for murder. He went to trial, and he had hot shot lawyers. The most well-known lawyers.
Well, I mean, if you're that rich, why the fuck not?
Yeah, so in Texas, there were 2 really good lawyers, and him and his wife kind of got into a fight over it about which lawyer he should use. And she's like, you should use this lawyer. And he's like, no, I'm going to use this lawyer. That's the best one. No, she's like, this is the best one. He ended up hiring both and spent over $1 million.
Good compromise, though.
Yeah. So at that time, the trial started, and the trial against him was for murder only, okay? And Robert's story about what happened is that he and Morris were watching TV. Morris pulled out a gun. This is how he talks to you. He sounds like Morris pulled out a gun.
Oh, like an Italian mobster?
No, I don't know how to describe it. When you watch it, you'll see. So, and then they wrestled, and then they fell to the ground, and then the gun went off, and then I shot him in the head. because the gun went off. That was the story. So, unfortunately...
That makes no sense. If they wrestled and the gun went off on the
Right.
floor. On
So
the
here's
floor.
the thing.
You're not holding onto it. You just... On the floor. It just shot off.
So here's the thing. You can't prove or disprove that without a head. And the head is missing.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And not to mention his hotshot lawyers had people laughing, the jurors laughing in the fucking courtroom while they're looking at Morris Black's dismembered body. They got the jury to sympathize with Bob over his crotchety neighbor, and he was declared not fucking guilty. And he got away with literal murder.
What?
Literal proven murder. They had his ass red the fuck handed, and they didn't get him. They didn't get him.
Wow. That's some bullshit.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm literally covering my mouth right now. Like, oh my God.
Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
That's some mind-blowing shit, bro.
yeah, and he even admitted that he killed him and dismembered him.
He just pulled an O.J. Simpson, basically.
Pretty much. If the glove does not fit, you must acquit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty much it, because they couldn't prove it, and the officer had to admit that he couldn't prove it.
He must have like sent that head across the world or
I don't know
some
what
shit,
he
like
did.
in a box.
I don't know what he did. But they say that they find out that he did end up going back for the head, and they took it when he realized that the bags weren't sinking. So he ended up going back and took the head. So, and then he got rid of it. It was in a suitcase.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he probably sent that shit across. I mean, he's loaded enough to do it.
I don't know. He
has his own planes, bro.
I don't know. So in any case, he was on parole. He wasn't arrested. Like, he wasn't put in jail.
That's
or
why they
anything.
couldn't find it. I'm telling you, that's probably what happened. There's no way, because unless
But they still haven't found Kathy either. So he has a way of doing things.
Right.
And he probably dismembered Kathy if he was so comfortable dismembering Morris Black.
Mm-hmm. Some
sorry.
sickening shit, bro. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of if they haven't found the head. Because if you're wrestling on the floor and you grab the gun and it goes off,
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen
You're gonna
like that.
maybe
You have-
get hit in center mass.
yeah, but like you're not gonna. I mean, there's no way. Like, it would hit your shoulder, if anything, if you're on the floor.
There's just no way.
There's no way it would hit you in the head. It literally would hit your shoulder, unless you're facing the back to the floor, and then looking up. That's a different story. But I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard to believe.
Yeah. So police's theory was that Morris Black found out who Robert Durst was, and probably like tried to blackmail him.
Wow.
And then he said, "You dead, bitch," and killed him. That's what police's theory is. So
Wow.
again, he had to do parole, and he was arrested twice for breaking it, but eventually he was let off parole. So let's talk about after this, okay? So at this point, Kathy's dead, Susan is dead, we still don't know who killed her, and Morris Black is dead.
Okay.
So Andrew Jarecki, which is the director of The Jinx, also made a movie about Robert Durst called All Good Things, which is the name of his food store with Kathy.
Mm-hmm.
And this is kind of when like The Jinx and All Good Things start coming into play. So Robert loved the movie so much about him that he wanted to do an interview and a documentary with Andrew Jarecki.
Oh, wow.
So he called him and was like, "Hey, I loved your movie. Let's do a documentary. Like, we could talk about it." So, and obviously, them not being lawyers or any like authority figure, he felt more comfortable talking to them about things and more likely to let slip. So basically, these two directors, they lay out all the information and they start interviewing Robert, and they ask him all these questions. And again, he's a bit more open, but this is when they discover the most important thing. In the show, they interview Susan Berman's stepson. And at first, when they meet him, he says there's no way that Bob could do this stuff. You know, Bob loves us. He loves our family. You know, I've taken money from him. He's helped me go to school, you know, things like that. He's always willing to help us. He loves us. There's no way he could have done it. The second time he meets with them, he ends up calling them. He says, "Hey, I just found a letter, like some of Susan's stuff, and there's a letter from Bob in here. Like, do you want to come get it?
Right.
And they're like, okay, yeah, let's come get it. We'll come look at it. And they find a letter to Robert. And it's addressed to her Beverly Hills address. And I'm just going to show you this because I took a screenshot prior to this. And this is going to be...
what is it?
Look at the top. This is the letter, the cadaver letter. Okay, just look at the handwriting. Okay. Notice the Beverly is spelled wrong.
1527 Benedict, and then on the bottom it says, "Can you cadaver?" On the also towards
We're gonna post
the
this.
right, it also says
Anonymous letter written by Susan Berman's killer.
right.
Okay. So notice how oh, they don't have it here. They didn't have Beverly on here. Hold on. Let me get the right one. Okay, here's the whole cadaver letter. So you see the envelope, it says Beverly Hills Police. And
Yeah.
Beverly is spelt wrong. And you just see how it's written, right?
Yeah.
All right, now let me bring you back to this where I zoom out and look at the address that was written on the letter from Robert Durst to Susan Berman.
It's the same thing.
Yep. So obviously, you and I look at this and we're like, that's the same fucking handwriting.
Yeah, it's literally the same thing.
That's the same fucking handwriting. So, but they have to prove it, right? So Andrew Jarecki consults with a handwriting specialist. They compare it and they end up saying, yes, this is a match.
Right.
So
it's literally like the same curves and everything. Same thing.
Mm-hmm. They were also able to piece together that Bob was in fact in California at the time of the murder. And he had the opportunity to kill Susan.
Wow.
So
This motherfucker got away with everything.
So, during this, they have one last episode left. This is the last episode of the Jinx. So they show Bob some pictures, some things they got of Susan's or whatever. And then they show him the letter. They show him compared. The one from the police station and the one that he sent. And immediately he starts burping. He's nervous. He's freaking out. And he's like, okay. And then they kind of like wrap it up.
Yeah.
He's like, oh,
they don't want to make it too obvious.
Yeah, they're like, okay. And then, Jarecki's like being nice to Bob. He's like, all right, Bob, you want a sandwich? Whatever. So they're like, okay, let's wrap it up. Jarecki's like, okay. So then Bob, who had done this before, forgets that his mic is on. And he goes to the bathroom.
Biker gang.
Vroom, vroom. So, again, he's nervous. He goes into the bathroom after the interview's over. His mic is still on. And this is what he says. Quote, this is all quoted straight from the Jinx. There it is. This is like a couple seconds between each thing. You're caught. You're right, of course. But you can't imagine. Arrest him. I don't know what's in the house. Oh, I want this. What a disaster. He was right. I was wrong. And the burping. I'm having difficulty with the question. What the hell did I do? Killed them all, of course. So he, on television, admitted to killing Morris Black, Kathy Durst, and Susan Berman.
Bingo.
Mm-hmm. So the directors of the Jinx passed this information along to police. Obviously, that's their duty. And the day that this aired on HBO, that's when everybody found out that Robert Durst was arrested for the murder of Susan Berman.
It goes public anyways.
Exactly.
Everything goes public nowadays.
Mm-hmm. So police's main theory about the murder was that when they had reached out, Susan saw this as an opportunity to kind of get some stuff from Bob. So she said, they want to come talk to me. This is what they think. Not proven or anything. They want to come talk to me. I won't say anything if you give me money.
Mm-hmm.
So they think that because she may have said that, he came out, he killed her to silence her. That way nobody knew. Then with Morris Black, they think that he found out that who he was, tried to blackmail him, and killed him.
Right.
So he was arrested and he was put in jail in Louisiana at first.
Oh, good.
Because he was arrested in New Orleans. And he was supposed to get sent back to LA to face charges. But Louisiana decided to charge him for felony possession of a firearm. And also because of the 5 ounces of weed that was in his hotel room. Which is a lot of weed to just be carrying, just saying.
Yeah, that's a fucking shit ton.
So he pleaded guilty, actually. And he was sent to LA where he was put on trial in 2020. However, the case was suspended due to COVID. And resumed.
So this was like
recent.
Current.
Yeah. Well, to get him tried and everything.
Jesus.
He sat in prison for a couple of years. So he was put in trial in 2020. However, it was suspended due to COVID, and then it resumed in 2021. After 2 days of deliberation by the jury, they found Robert Durst guilty for the murder of Susan Berman and was sentenced to life in prison in September 17th of 2021, where soon after he contracted COVID-19, and fearing that they wouldn't have much time left to try him, he was extradited to New York to face charges on the second-degree murder of Kathy. Before he could be sentenced, he died on January 10th of 2022, last month, and may he rot in hell.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about karma.
Yeah. And when he died, he also had like cancer and stuff. Like he had like a draining tube from his head.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So he was fucking
rotting
karma.
from the inside out. Piece of shit.
Damn.
Yep.
Well, that's karma for you guys.
Yep.
You
What'd you
deserved it. Oh, that was good.
Liked it?
Yeah, that was really good.
Thanks. All right. Well, if you liked this episode as well, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Gmail at
Cushion Crime.
And if you would like to support us on the Patreon, you can find us at
Cushion Crime.
And if you would like to submit a funny high story, please do so at cushioncrime@gmail.com. And again, we will attach all of the information as far as national domestic violence and all resources that we can find. And again, if you need help, reach out.
DM us for everything.
Yeah, we love you guys. And we hope
we get excited when you guys message us.
Yes, we really do. We like fangirl out that we have fans. We're like,
oh, yes.
Oh my God, we're loved.
Baby.
In any case, we hope you guys stay lifted and have a great week. We love you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.